Hello everybody, and welcome to the Honor and Knowledge channel. This week I'm going to be dividing up my normal weekly updates into one for my Hungry Strike for America, my own personal weight loss journey, which includes exercise, and the other one is the 2026 elections. For those that don't remember, for some wacky reason, and I'm willing to admit that, for some unexplained wacky reason, I believe if I have lost 50 pounds by the end of October of this year, starting back in midsummer of last year, then the Republicans will retain control of the House and increase their margins in the House and the Senate. It's up to me, as well as Speaker Johnson, President Trump, for us to retain the House. So getting right into my weight loss journey, well, first of all, we got to go over what Ms. Oprah Winfrey said on The View. I was actually going to be talking more about my exercise, but instead of that, we need to talk a little bit about what Oprah Winfrey said about weight loss and the use of GLP-1 drugs. For those that haven't seen it, here's the pertinent part.
So this is what I wanted everybody to know, that all these years I thought I was overeating. I was standing there with all the food noise, what I ate, what I should eat, how many calories was that, how long was it going to take. I thought that was because of me and my fault. Now I understand that if you carry the obesity gene, if that is what you have, that is what makes you overeat. You don't overeat and become obese. Obesity causes you to overeat. Obesity causes you to have all of that food noise.
The last time I heard something really ridiculous like this, not related to the weight loss journey, was when the Biden administration said they could not shut the border until Congress gave President Biden the ability to do such. Here's a clip.
When asked why President Biden hadn't already taken action to shut down the border using executive measures, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said the president needs congressional action and funding.
We need legislative support for border security measures, and we need the funding to be able to put in place border security measures that the president can utilize.
That was ridiculous. We all know that because President Trump closed the border almost instantly once he took office in the end of January of last year. So back to the Oprah statement. Let's play that clip again. Very short portion of it.
If you carry the obesity gene, if that is what you have, that is what makes you overeat. You don't overeat and become obese. Obesity causes you to overeat. Obesity causes you to have all of that food noise.
Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense at all, and it's not correct. Yes, there are some genetic differences between people. We are each unique individuals. Yes, there are certain people that have a genetic makeup which predisposes them to have more fat making. That was a great survival technique a long time ago, and still in parts of this world, but not in the United States of America. With all of our obesity, we obviously don't have a problem finding food. Our problem is finding too much food and the wrong food and being, how can I say this, not active enough. I was going to say lazy, but it's not it. It's the prioritization of the things necessary to keep our bodies healthy. Eat better, eat less calories, at least less than you burn, and have a good lifestyle that includes exercise. Obesity is caused by eating too much. Too much is defined as more calories than you burn. In addition, as we saw recently with RFK Jr. announcing the new, as some people call it, inverted food pyramid, we need to make good selections with what we do spend our time eating. And we need to exercise. I am down by about 22 pounds. I still have not finished losing all my weight from over the Christmas and New Year period. I lost the weight after Thanksgiving. I lost the weight after our Army-Navy football game party, and actually lost a couple more pounds in that month of December. But Christmas and New Year's, I had no willpower. Let's just say I had fun power, and I ate too much black eyed pea soup. The result of that was I gained, drumroll please, 13.5 pounds over the Christmas and New Year's period. Now obviously some of it was sodium, water weight, but I gained 13.5 pounds. I know why I gained it. It wasn't because I ate because I was fat. No, I was fat because I was fatter because I ate way too much. I had lots of fun with lots of friends and family. It was great. But now I'm paying for it by restricting how many calories I take. But on the good side, I also kept doing my exercises through the whole time. So let's get back to the discussion about what Oprah said. I believe, contrary to what she said, that weight loss, the natural way, by restricting calories, exercising, and eating better food, is the best way for losing weight and getting back into shape. and being healthy. The use of GLP-1, I'm not going to judge anybody using it, but I will judge if people say, like Oprah, that obesity makes you overeat, as opposed to overeating makes you obese. She is absolutely wrong. I'm not a medical professional, but it's so logical. Common sense things. So what causes you to gain weight? When you eat more than you burn up. What causes you to burn up stuff? Well, normal life. So if you don't even change your lifestyle, but you eat less, after a while, if you keep eating less and less, you'll start losing weight. Oh, by the way, doing it intelligently, picking the right foods, is the best way. And exercising is great also. I am not a medical professional, but I am a professional fatty. For about the last 35 years, I gained weight and reached a plateau, and then gained weight and reached another plateau, a higher one, until in 2015, I was just a biscuit or two away, as Tyrus on the Gutfield show said one time, a biscuit or two away from 260 pounds. But the vast majority of people, each with a unique body and genetic makeup, all have the same body processes in play, and that includes their brains, their minds. Ms. Winfrey was on The View selling her new book, another book. Her motivation, just like the pharmaceutical companies, is to make money. My motivation is simple. Me, personally, get healthy and do everything honorably and with knowledge. And there are some ways of explaining the phenomenon of weight loss and weight gain to communicate the ridiculousness of Ms. Winfrey's statement. How ridiculous it is. How about the famous scenario of somebody saying, how can I be overdrawn in my checking account? I still have checks in my checkbook. Remember that one? That's not logical. How about this one? You have to press the accelerator in your car, the gas pedal. You have to press the gas pedal when your car is going faster. No, that's not the way it works. You press the gas pedal more and the car goes faster. That's a fact. A fact is, if you write checks for money that's not in your checking account, you're overdrawn. That's a fact. The fact is, if you eat more than you burn, you gain fat. The fact is, if you eat less than you burn, you use up fat. Very simple. And let's talk about some GLP-1 issues. You lose muscle mass. What's the cure for losing muscle mass? Doing exercise. So while you're on GLP-1 to lose fat, you lose muscle. And to offset the loss of muscle, you exercise. And you have to control your diet, because one of the problems is you're not as hungry, right? That's the whole thing behind GLP-1. However, their research shows that the people who are on GLP-1s stop eating protein. That hurts muscle mass also. So if you're on GLP-1 type medicine, you're supposed to exercise and make certain that you eat a certain way. Well, guess what? I'm not on GLP-1s, and I exercise more, and I watch my food intake and what I eat. Very similar. And to make matters worse, if you want to transition off of GLP-1s, guess what? You regain most of the weight back within 12 months. And I bet you if they did more research, you gain more than that back. Why? Because you have less muscle mass. And what do you have to do when you transition off of GLP-1s? What do they recommend? Well, because they sort of have to say this, because if you don't, you're going to be in deep trouble with regards to your weight again, is you have to exercise and control your diet very carefully when you transition off of the weight loss drugs. So logically speaking, common sense wise, why not do diet, calorie intake, limitation, and exercise now instead of taking weight loss drugs? Oh wait, you save money by not taking weight loss drugs. You save not having negative impacts on your body by not taking weight loss drugs. Oh yeah, you also have less fun if you take weight loss drugs. Fun? I get to add stars to the Hungry Strike for America sign every time I lose a pound, which is going to start happening maybe next week. And I have 28 more stars to add by the end of October. Oh, by the way, I can control how fast I lose weight also. It's very simple. If I'm losing weight too fast, which happened a couple times, I lost 2 pounds in a week, I was worried about losing it too fast. Why? Your body reacts to loss of weight too fast by removing fat in areas that you don't want it to be. That's why they talk about GLP-1 face. You know, where you lose all the stuff in your cheeks and everything. You look sad, I guess. I don't know. I don't look for that. Now, you may say that this is not a pretty face. It's always been like this. The other thing is, if you go on GLP-1s and then you decide a few years from now to get off of GLP-1s, the transition is also going to be harder, because guess what's happened in those few years? You've gotten older. I'm in my early 70s. I have a bum ankle on one leg, a bum knee on the other leg, a bum back, which takes care of the whole body, both sides, and one bum shoulder. Each problem causes impact on my ability to do therapy or exercises that help another part of my body. So the older you are, your metabolism reduces naturally and you got more aches and pains. So the younger you start the process of going on the journey to get healthy the natural way, the better off you are. In my book, that's what I think. This video was going to be about my process of losing weight and exercising, picking the right foods, all those things. I'll be saving that for another video. Today was about Ms. Oprah Winfrey's statement that was ridiculous to me, and I wanted to push back against that. I wanted to be out there to let people know that the natural way of weight loss, as far as I'm concerned, as a non-medical professional, but based upon all the medical things I've found, the natural weight loss method is correct. And add to that, that if you transition off of GLP-1s, you gotta exercise and diet the same way. And it's going to be harder. I have gone down from a 44 waist to a 40, gone from an extra large to a large for shirts. I look a lot better. I feel a lot better. My blood pressure medication's been cut in half. I'm looking forward to seeing my doctor in the couple months for my annual physical. Quite honestly, I believe that Ms. Winfrey, whether she thought she was right or not, whether she was being just motivated by money, I don't know. So I won't judge her, but I will judge the words she spoke. Those words are wrong. Overeating does cause obesity. Thank you for watching this. I'll be making another video soon about the 2026 elections. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America, where you can say ridiculous things if you want to, and other people can push back. Thank you.